One Oscar-winning legend made history, another vanished from Hollywood, and the True Grit cast changed in ways few fans expected. Released in 1969, True Grit became far more than a classic Western. Directed by Henry Hathaway and based on Charles Portis's novel, the film paired rugged frontier adventure with sharp humor and unforgettable performances. At the center was John Wayne as the hard-drinking U.S. Marshal Rooster Cogburn, a role that finally earned him the Academy Award that had eluded him for decades. More than 50 years later, some of the film's stars became legends. Others followed unexpected paths, and a few are no longer with us. Here is the story of the True Grit cast, then and now, in 2026. John Wayne played Rooster Cogburn, the one-eyed U.S. Marshal whose gruff toughness and hidden heart made him one of the most beloved characters in Western history. Audiences remembered his raspy voice, his drunken swagger, and the famous horseback charge with the reins in his teeth. The role became especially significant because it earned Wayne the Academy Award for Best Actor, the only competitive Oscar of his career. By the time he made True Grit, he was already a Hollywood icon thanks to films such as Stagecoach, The Searchers, and Rio Bravo. Behind the scenes, Wayne reportedly worked closely with director Henry Hathaway, with whom he had collaborated several times before. After the film's success, he returned as Rooster in the 1975 sequel Rooster Cogburn. John Wayne died in 1979 from stomach cancer, a diagnosis that was publicly confirmed. Decades later, Rooster Cogburn remains one of the defining performances of his career and a cornerstone of classic American cinema. Kim Darby portrayed Maddie Ross, the determined 14-year-old who hires Rooster Cogburn to track down her father's killer. What made Maddie memorable was her intelligence and confidence. She could stand toe-to-toe with hardened men and often outsmart them. Darby was actually in her early 20s during filming, but her performance convincingly captured the stubborn courage of a much younger girl. Before True Grit, she had appeared in television series and films, but this role became the breakthrough that made her widely known. A verified career fact is that she later worked with director Brian De Palma in The Fury and continued acting in both film and television for many years. Unlike some child-associated stars, she did not disappear after her famous role, though she never again found a part as iconic as Maddie Ross. As of 2026, Kim Darby is alive and largely lives away from the Hollywood spotlight. Her performance remains one of the strongest female roles in the Western genre. Glen Campbell played La Berthe, the proud Texas Ranger whose rivalry and eventual friendship with Rooster added humor and heart to the film. Audiences loved the contrast between La Berthe's polished manners and Rooster's rough, frontier style. At the time of filming, Campbell was already a major music star with hits such as By the Time I Get to Phoenix and Wichita Lineman. Casting a famous singer in a major Western was considered a risk, but he surprised many critics with a natural and likable performance. Behind the scenes, this was one of his earliest significant acting roles, and it helped launch a parallel career in film and television. He later starred in Norwood and hosted the Glen Campbell Good Time Hour. In his later years, Campbell publicly revealed that he had Alzheimer's disease, bringing attention to the illness through his farewell tour and documentary I'll Be Me. He died in 2017 from complications of Alzheimer's disease. Today, he is remembered not only as a legendary musician, but also as an unexpectedly effective Western actor. Robert Duvall appeared as Ned Pepper, the outlaw whose calm menace made him a perfect opponent for Rooster Cogburn. Though he had less screen time than some of the leads, his performance left a lasting impression because he played the villain with intelligence rather than cartoonish cruelty. Before True Grit, Duvall had already earned attention for films such as To Kill a Mockingbird and Bullet. A notable verified fact is that True Grit came just a few years before his career exploded with The Godfather, The Conversation, Apocalypse Now, and Tender Mercies, the film that won him the Academy Award for Best Actor. Director Henry Hathaway reportedly appreciated Duvall's disciplined approach to the role, which helped give the film's final confrontation real tension. As of 2026, Robert Duvall is alive and remains one of the most respected actors of his generation. Looking back, True Grit captured him at the beginning of what would become one of the greatest careers in modern American cinema. Dennis Hopper appeared as Moon, one of Ned Pepper's gang members whose nervous, unpredictable personality added a different kind of tension to the story. Although the role was relatively small, Hopper's unique screen presence made the character memorable. By the time he joined True Grit, he had already gained recognition through films such as Rebel Without a Cause and Cool Hand Luke, but his career was about to change dramatically. Just months after True Grit premiered, Hopper co-wrote, directed, and starred in Easy Rider, a landmark film that became one of the defining movies of the new Hollywood era. His fearless creativity transformed him into one of Hollywood's most influential filmmakers and actors. In the decades that followed, he earned acclaim for performances in Blue Velvet, Hoosiers, and Speed, receiving an Academy Award nomination for Hoosiers. Dennis Hopper died in 2010 from prostate cancer, a diagnosis that was publicly confirmed. His remarkable career stretched across more than 5 decades, and his willingness to take creative risks continues to inspire filmmakers around the world. Jeff Corey portrayed Tom Chaney, the drifter whose murder of Maddie Ross's father sets the entire story in motion. Although Chaney appears only briefly, his actions drive every major event that follows, making him one of the film's most important characters. Corey was already a highly respected character actor before True Grit, having appeared in numerous films and television productions. One remarkable chapter of his life came during the Hollywood blacklist of the 1950s, when he was prevented from working regularly in major productions. Rather than leaving the industry, he became an acting teacher whose students later included many future stars. As his acting career recovered, Corey appeared in films such as Butch Cassidy and The Sundance Kid and numerous television series. He remained active well into his later years, balancing acting with teaching. Jeff Corey died in 2002 from complications related to Parkinson's disease, according to publicly reported accounts. His legacy extends far beyond his own performances, as generations of actors benefited from his guidance and dedication to the craft. Strother Martin brought humor and authenticity to the role of Colonel G. Stonehill, the horse trader whose tense negotiation with Maddie Ross immediately established her intelligence and determination. Martin's expressive face, distinctive voice, and impeccable comic timing made even a relatively brief appearance unforgettable. Before True Grit, he had built a reputation as one of Hollywood's finest character actors, appearing in numerous westerns and dramas. Audiences also remember him for delivering the iconic line, "What we've got here is failure to communicate," in Cool Hand Luke, one of the most quoted moments in film history. Throughout the 1970s and early 1980s, Martin remained a familiar face in both movies and television, often portraying eccentric or morally ambiguous characters. He died in 1980 from a heart attack, a cause that was publicly reported. Though he rarely received leading roles, Strother Martin's remarkable ability to elevate every scene earned him lasting respect among filmmakers and classic movie fans alike. Jeremy Slate played Emmett Quincy, one of the colorful supporting characters who helped bring the rugged frontier world of True Grit to life. While his role was not among the film's largest, his confident screen presence fit naturally into the ensemble and added authenticity to the story's Western atmosphere. Before appearing in True Grit, Slate had become known through television, especially his work on popular series during the 1960s. He also appeared in films including The Sons of Katie Elder, further establishing himself within the Western genre. Outside of acting, Slate pursued writing and remained active in entertainment for many years. Although he never reached the superstar status of some of his co-stars, he earned a reputation as a dependable performer capable of strengthening both television and film productions. Jeremy Slate died in 2006 after complications following esophageal cancer surgery, according to publicly reported information. His career serves as a reminder of the many talented character actors whose steady work helped define Hollywood's golden era of Western storytelling. Alfred Ryder appeared as Judge Isaac Parker, the respected federal judge who helps establish the legal backdrop for the story. Although his screen time was limited, Ryder's authoritative performance reflected the importance of law and justice in the American frontier. By the time he joined True Grit, he had already built a distinguished career in theater, film, and television, becoming one of Hollywood's most dependable character actors. Viewers also recognized him from appearances in productions such as The Wild Wild West, Bonanza, and numerous classic television dramas. Throughout his career, Ryder earned praise for portraying judges, military officers, and other commanding figures with quiet dignity. He remained active in the entertainment industry for many years before stepping away from the spotlight. Alfred Ryder died in 1995 from natural causes, according to publicly available reports. Though he rarely received top billing, his professionalism and consistent performances helped strengthen countless classic films and television series, including True Grit. Ron Sobel portrayed Captain Boots Finch, one of the colorful frontier figures who added personality and realism to the world surrounding Rooster Cogburn and Mattie Ross. His performance, though brief, reflected the rugged atmosphere that made True Grit feel authentic. Before appearing in the film, Sobel had already established himself as a familiar face in television westerns and crime dramas. Audiences also recognized him from appearances in series such as Gunsmoke, The Fugitive, Mission, Impossible, and many other popular programs of the 1960s and 1970s. Unlike many actors who specialized in one genre, Sobel comfortably moved between westerns, action series, and dramatic roles throughout his career. After gradually reducing his acting work, he remained respected among fans of classic television. Ron Sobel died in 2002 from lung cancer, according to publicly reported information. While he may never have become a household name, his steady body of work represents the countless talented performers who helped define Hollywood's golden age of television and Western films. John Fiedler played Lawyer Daggett, one of the smaller but memorable supporting characters who contributed to the film's richly populated frontier setting. Fiedler possessed one of the most recognizable voices in American entertainment, allowing him to move effortlessly between live-action performances and voice acting. Long before and after True Grit, he became widely beloved as the voice of Piglet in Disney's Winnie the Pooh animated productions, introducing generations of children to one of animation's most cherished characters. On screen, he also appeared in acclaimed films such as 12 Angry Men and countless television series over several decades. His remarkable versatility allowed him to succeed in drama, comedy, and family entertainment alike. John Fiedler continued working well into his later years before passing away in 2005 from cancer, a cause publicly confirmed after his death. His gentle voice and unmistakable performances continue to live on through both classic cinema and timeless animated storytelling. As the years have passed, the cast of True Grit has become a remarkable reflection of Hollywood history itself. Some, like John Wayne, left behind performances that shaped an entire genre. Others, including Robert Duvall, continued building extraordinary careers that spanned generations. Talented performers such as Glen Campbell, Dennis Hopper, Jeff Corey, Strother Martin, Jeremy Slate, Alfred Ryder, Ron Sobel, and John Fiedler each contributed something unique to a film that remains one of the greatest westerns ever made. And with Kim Darby still remembered for her fearless portrayal of Mattie Ross, the legacy of True Grit continues to inspire audiences more than half a century after its release. The film's unforgettable characters, powerful storytelling, and timeless performances ensure that True Grit, 1969, remains a cornerstone of American cinema, proving that genuine courage never goes out of style. Which True Grit cast member's journey surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next look at the legendary stars of classic Hollywood.